Hey guys, it's Lady Raven, and today I wanted to do a little demonstration for you guys. One of the products that we sell and we make a lot in shop is our hand blended incense. And there's a lot of confusion that people have about how to use this product and what can I do with it and how do I burn it and how versatile is it. So I wanted to just give you guys a few ideas of what I do with the product so that you can maybe have some ideas for yourself. It's incense, and obviously you're going to burn it, but there's different ways to do that. So the first thing I want to cover is how to properly light the charcoal. A lot of people struggle with this. So essentially, as you can see, I'm using a pair of tongs, and I grab the charcoal and I just put it in the flame, and you let it sit there for a little bit until it starts to catch. And then I'll blow on it, and you can see how it's like one side is already red hot. And once you have that, you're kind of ready to go. And then the other thing that's important is that this incense is a little bit goes a long way. So if you put too much of it on your charcoal, you're going to end up snuffing it out. So it's just a tiny little bit that we add. And that's pretty much all you need. See, I'm already getting some good smoke out of there. So essentially you have to keep feeding your charcoal. You put your incense in, and then your smoke comes out, and then you add more as you need to. So it's meant to be used a little bit, a very small pinch at a time. This is one way that you can use your incense. This is obviously utilizing the element of fire to bring about the transformation that you're looking for in your spell work. There's another way that I like to use it, which is a different way to burn it. And this is using the element of water. It's a little hot. I don't know if you can see it, but I have a little burner, one of those like little fondue things that I got from, Kahlua. You can see it there. But anyway, I put tiny little bit of water in there, and I start it going, and you have to wait until it warms up. But once it's warm and the water starts to boil, then you can use your incense in there and let that boil. And that is going to release the magic and the power of the herbs through the element of water. So it depends on what it is that you're doing. So if you're doing some work that requires you to release it through the element of fire, then you would burn it this way. And if you're doing some work that would require you to release it through the element of water, then you can burn it this way. So these are a couple of ways. Another thing that I like to use this incense for, and this is just a cloth I put up here just to my altar tiles there, just to not make a mess. And this is really great for these quick little spells. Sometimes somebody will message me and say, hey, I'm in trouble, I'm having problems, can you say a prayer for me, can you do a quick spell for me? And I love using tea lights for that. So basically you can anoint it if you want to, like this with your oil. You would anoint the tea light and then put it back in. And once before you light it, you can take a little bit of the incense and you can add that to the tea light. And then in essence, this incense is going to help to fix or charge that candle to burn it however it is that you want to do. I use this for tea lights, and I also use it like this for our 7-day candles. I just put a little bit of that on the top, and it's kind of how I use it to fix my candles. So then you would light this candle, and you're ready to go with your prayer. Another way that you can do it, depending on what it is that you're doing. So let's say I'm using a tea light, like a chime candle like this, a spell candle. And a couple of things you can do with it. You can anoint this candle, and you can take a little bit of the incense and you can put it out on here. And then as the candle, after you anoint it with the oil, you would roll it onto the incense, and some of that incense would stick to your candle. You can do that. Or what you can do is, what I do quite often actually, is I just put a little bit of incense around my candle like this. And then I would add, I sometimes can add crystals to it. If I have pictures of somebody that I'm doing work for, I can add that to it and sprinkle the incense on top of it. If you're creating any kind of a mojo bag or bundle, you can put the candle in there, put the incense in there, along with the items that are going to be a part of your bundle. And then once the candle burns down, basically your bundle is ready to go. You can just, go like this and boom, your mojo back is ready to go. So you would just tie it at that point. I like to use the cloth because if it makes a mess, it's easy to clean up. So I hope that this gives you some ideas. You can also use the incense. You can sprinkle it around your home in front of doorways for protection. You can even use it as a wind spell, where you put it in your hand and you blow on it out in a field as part of your, sending your wishes or your prayers or your magic out into the world that way. So just because it's incense and we generally think about it as something that we burn, it doesn't mean that that's really all that it does. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use it. And I hope that this has helped you to have some ideas on how to change up your practice and how to be more creative with your spell casting. I hope you all have a fantastic week. Thank you.